I'm Dan Adams. I'm editor-in-chief of IGN PC.
And I'm Doug Perry, editor-in-chief of IGN Xbox and Xbox 360.
And we're just here to talk about quickly the differences between the Grand Theft Auto San Andreas PS2, Xbox, and PC versions.
The big differences, I think, over the PS2 version on the Xbox and PC are that, again, the game looks better. First of all, visually it looks better.
It looks a lot better. The PS2 version never looked fantastic, and comparative to other games on the PC and the Xbox, neither of these versions look particularly good either. But it definitely looks better than the PS2 version.
Yeah, and I would say that in terms of visual quality, the lowest is PS2. The Xbox is just slightly higher. You know, there's a lot less pop in, there's a lot less fade in. There's still shimmering, there's still aliasing. It's not a great looking game. And then after that, the PC version looks better. I mean, it's
the PC version has anti-aliasing and stuff that you can get into, and has a little better draw distance. The details a little better, but honestly, it's cleaner, and it just still doesn't look fantastic compared to PC games.
So in the PC and the Xbox versions, if you look carefully, you can read things better, like ads and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
On the Xbox version, it really is this teeny little bit difference. It's not like, wow, it's not like the Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City when they came to Xbox. I think that was a big significant change in terms of graphic quality over the PS2. It's not like that big of a jump. It's a lot less.
But the big difference, I think, for both of them, as far as graphics goes, is the load times, because they're significantly faster than they are on the PC. I mean, on the PS2. Sorry, the PC is the fastest. Xbox is right behind it. But I mean, it's really just a blink of an eye how fast it loads indoor and outdoor environments.
And that's pretty impressive considering how huge that is. The biggest difference for the Xbox version of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is that you've got rippable tracks. So you can make a CD, or you can combine a bunch of different songs, rip them onto your Xbox, and then you can make that a radio channel in your car or on your motorcycle. Additionally, you can also add in radio ads into your radio station. You can't get the DJs because the DJs belong to the radio station, but you can drop in the ads, occasionally, randomly, to show up in your soundtrack to make it a little bit more interesting.
Same on the PC, all the same stuff. Obviously, I think it's a little easier to get new songs into the PC version, because all you have to do is drag and drop into a folder. It's the easiness of dealing with the PC in this particular case.
That's faster too.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the only difference there. I think the biggest difference between all three versions, probably for the PC, are the controls. Obviously, you can plug in a controller if you wish, but there's definitely some advantages and disadvantages to using the mouse and keyboard. On the consoles, you get the lock-on feature, so you pretty much automatically hit anybody. And I think the weapons, you go up in skill, so they actually get more accurate over time using that lock-on feature. But the PC, you can pretty much just target someone in the head almost instantaneous if you've ever played a shooter with a mouse or anything before, and target and blow somebody up or knock their head off or whatever extremely efficiently. But the downfall is the fact that you have to control the car with the mouse and keyboard as well. And while it's not bad, it's certainly not bad, and I think it's better than Vice City was. Actually, it's a little more controlled than it was. It's still a lot more difficult than using the controller.
So, are you saying that you would have preferred having it like the controller?
I think driving, I would have preferred having it like the controller, but as far as targeting and aiming goes, I think you got a way better amount of freedom with using the mouse and keyboard. Yeah, the last difference for the PC version is obviously people hack into it and find stuff, and right now there's a little. We're trying to find out from Rockstar whether this is actually something they put in or a mod, but there's something that you can download and put into the game that lets you actually. When you date your girlfriends and you go back and you have your coffee, like she says, come on in for the coffee, he's like, all right, sweet, and you go in, you can actually have sex with a girl and you get to see it. Like, it's actually a little mini game where you have to go with the rhythm of the thrusting and whatnot.
She's like half nude and he has his clothes on.
Yeah.
And there's like 5 positions or something.
Yeah, it's not like hardcore porn or anything, but it is pretty funny, and whether it's a mod or not, it's pretty hilarious.
It's porn in a video game. I don't know how he's doing it with his pants on. The impact of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was really most powerful on the PS2 last October. Mm-hmm. I think that was really, where people got excited about it and then been waiting for it. And people who own PS2s and only PS2s, you know, they really got to play 50 to 100 hours of that game.
And it didn't really look that bad on the PS2 either. I mean, it didn't look great for it, but you know, comparatively to other PS2 games, it looked fine.
Yeah. And so, literally 6 months later, after the exclusive agreement wore off, to the day that game, San Andreas, came out on the PC and on the Xbox. And you know, if you didn't have a PS2, you never played it, it's worth getting. Definitely, it's still a great game.
A great game, yeah.
We talked a lot about the graphics and the load times and all that, and those things are not the most. They're not the primary reason why you would get this game. The primary reason is because there's so many things that you can do, customize, and sort of fiddle with, that it's really, really kind of amazing.
Yeah, it's still an awesome game that definitely is recommended if you haven't played it at this point. It's definitely for the gameplay and for all of the crazy missions and things that happen, and the cutscenes and voiceovers, which are fantastic. So, yeah, it's definitely worth getting if you don't have it. And that's about the last word, I guess.
You player, I heard you was the man with the hookup, and you was the man I needed to see. I'm offering my services.